Hey everybody, Dawn here with Wreath Decor by Dawn. How are you doing today? So I'm doing my Halloween wreath kit. This is my new kit that's out. It's in my shop right now. Here's the sign. It says Happy Halloween. It's got the spider on it. It's got the argyle pattern with the purple. Actually, this one has the black dots, but the ribbon has the purple dots in it. So here's the ribbon that goes with it perfectly. And that's what we're going to be using. So let me show you what all is in the kit first. I'm going to put my camera down so you can see my work surface. Welcome everybody. All right, so let me pull this over here so I can show you all what all you're getting in this kit. I had to put it all over here in a box. All right. I would show you what I have, but I've already started cutting some of it up. So I'm going to show you the full kit the way it comes to you. It's going to come in a box. All right, so again, here's your sign. It is a wooden sign. It will have this bubble wrap on it to protect the sign, but it is a wooden sign. It is 12 inches long, and I want to say it's almost 6 inches wide. Sorry if I'm not in frame. Let me move that a little bit more. And it just says Happy Halloween. It's got the argyle pattern on there. So you get that. You're also going to get 2 10-yard rolls of mesh. This is a, they don't write on this what it is, but it's a, like a fabric mesh with jute in it. So it could just be a jute, but it does feel kind of like a fabric, but it does not say on here. I'd have to look it up for you. But anyway, you get 2 10-yard rolls of that. All right, you're going to get a full 10-yard roll of the argyle with the spiders on it to match. And then you're going to get a package of purple tubing. Then you're going to get 24 pipe cleaners. So you have enough to do your sign and your frame. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for sharing. I really do appreciate that. You're going to get 5 yards of 1.5 inch solid black ribbon, and then you're going to get 5 yards of 1.5 inch orange ribbon. This is 2.5, so you're going to cut 18 of these and then 9 of each of these, and that's going to make up your ribbons there. You also get 3 spiders, glittered spiders, and they come in random colors. Some people probably got a green one. There was green, purple, and orange, so I just threw 3 in each one. I didn't really pay attention to what color everybody was getting, so everybody got 3 spiders. And then you're going to get written instructions on how to do a woodland ruffle and a regular ruffle, and how to cut all your materials and attach them. And you also get access to my YouTube that shows how to put my frame together, as well as you'll get access to this video, or you can watch it on YouTube. I will put it over there as well. And I do still have some of these available. If anyone's interested, you can find them at wreathdecorbydawn.com. So I'm going to cut a couple more of these. I am doing a woodland ruffle on this one. You can do a regular ruffle or the woodland ruffle. It's totally up to you. The only difference is a woodland ruffle, you curl the ends and then ruffle it up. And you cut your pieces you can cut them at any length you want. But the instructions say you can cut them at 30 inches or 36 inches. I am doing 36 inches. Hey, Nate. Everybody congratulate our fan club president, Nathan. He got his very first job. I am so proud of him. All right, so let me get my blade out here. Try cutting it without the blade, it doesn't work. So I'm just going to cut 2 more of these, because I've already cut all the rest. And this will take just about, cutting it at 36 is going to take just about the whole 2 rolls. You may have just a little bit left. If you do it at 30 inches, you'll have obviously more left. All right, so there's the 2 we need. So here's what I have left over after doing that. Not enough to do anything with, but if you had another roll, or if you buy more of this color, you could add it to that and do it, or you could use it for a small project to add in. Sorry, the fibers are flying all over, so I have them all over my face and my mouth right now. So let me kind of try and get some of them picked up here because they're going to be in my nose if I don't. All right. So there's the 36 we need of that. I'm sorry, 18. Not 36. Don't cut 36 of them. 18 of those. You're at the pool. Awesome. Take a dip for me too. It's hot enough. I wish I had a pool. I'd be doing my life from my pool right now. All right, so I did cut these ribbons already, but I didn't cut all of them. I still have to cut 2 of each one, so I thought I would do that with you guys. So if you don't have something to cut your ribbons with, you know, the ribbon tail boards or any of those, measure them out with your mat or measuring tape. 12 inches is what we're doing our ribbons. So I'm just gonna do 24 because that's the size of my mat, and then we'll cut them in half. And then you're gonna dovetail them. If you have any trouble seeing anything, let me know and I'll adjust the camera. Hey everybody. Well, that's the best time to go swimming, is when it's empty and just you. Hello from Jacksonville, Kentucky. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're new to my page, please give it a like and a follow. I would really appreciate that. I do my normal lives on Wednesday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern. All right, so there's 9 of those. So we have enough left here. We can do a little bow with that. And then we're going to do 2 more of these. If y'all have any questions, just shoot them into the comments there. I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have. And you'll notice sometimes you get ribbon that's been spliced together by the manufacturer. Luckily, this was at the end of where I just cut, so we're going to cut that off, get rid of that. Seems to be happening a lot lately. Hello from Iowa. All right, so we'll save the black and the orange. So we're cutting 18 of the 2.5 inch because we're going to put those in every tie, but we're going to alternate the black and the orange. First time watcher, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate that. I am doing my Halloween wreath kit right now. My normal lives are on Wednesday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on this page. All right, so we're going to take these. Oh, I forgot to dovetail the other ones too, or at least the black ones. And then you're going to fold them in half and just cut from this, the fold out to the edge. Some people do it the other way around. I do it this way. You do it however you want to do it. Cut those. So now we have 18 of those and then 9 of each of the other colors. And if anyone is following along with me that has the kit already, just let me know if you have any questions or need me to slow down or do anything. So I hope everybody's day is going well. Are y'all keeping cool? I know a lot of the states are just like melting right now. All right, I have to put my hair back here. First timer also. Thank you so much for joining me. We love newbies. Not that we don't love everyone else too, because I do. Don't want anybody to get upset. All right, so we have all of these. So we'll set those aside. And then the tubing we'll cut up as we go. So let me get rid of this. This ribbon you've got 10 yards of, so you're going to have plenty of this ribbon left over. So we can use most of this for our bow and just throw in a little bit of that black and orange to accent the bow. So we'll get to that in a minute. All right, and then the frame, we have our 18 ties on there. I put 10 on the bottom, 8 on the top. I've already gone ahead and done this, so I do have a video on my YouTube channel. It's a real quick, like 8-minute video that shows you how I do this. You can do it however you want, obviously. But what I do is I'm going to show you right here. I tie for the bottom portion. I tie around the bottom 2 rings. For the top, obviously, I go around the top 2 rings. And then I space them out about 4 to 4.5 inches apart. So some people can take this, put this pipe cleaner in here wherever you want it to start, fold it over, and that's where your next one's going to go. Fold it over, next one. Do that all the way around till you have 10 on the bottom and 8 on the top. Okay? And that's where you get your 18 ties. I like to start on the top. So we're going to go ahead and open these up. And we're going to take our pieces here. We've already got these 2 cut. See all that black? Can you see all that? Looks like dirt, but it's from the fibers. And now it's going to be on my floor. Thank you, Esther. I appreciate that. All right. So I'm going to use my little rock here for some anchor. And you can do this one of 2 ways. You can just take it and curl it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, however many you want to do. It's up to you. Some people like 3, some like doing 4, some like doing more. Let me cut off this little string here because it's going to bug me. Alright, another way, if you have trouble with your hands, you can get a pack of these 12-inch dowels. They're about 3/4 of an inch thick. Walmart carries them in their craft section. You get, I think, a pack of 4 of them. You can also use that to help you. And I have to use it sometimes because I have problems with my hands. So you roll it 3 or 4 times, get a chip clip or a clothespin or whatever you want to use, clip that, turn this around, and do the other side. So you can do it this way. These tend to give me neater curls as well. Once you get your curl, you're going to ruffle right up the center. And since that purple color is right in the center, it kind of helps to guide me and keep me straight. Because you want your ruffle to look neat. Alright, so then we just pop that clip off of there. And then there's your ruffle. Looks like a little butterfly to me. Okay? Now, if you want to see more of the ruffle, put this in your tie with the curls face down. But if you want to see more of those curls, put them with the curls facing up. On the top, I'm going to put them with the curls facing up. Just put that right down in your tie, give it a twist, couple twists. Oh, my hands are not working. And then I give it 3 twists. I tend to do everything in 3s when I'm working on stuff like this. So there's your curls. See how pretty those curls are. And then when everything else gets in here, these are all going to stand up because you're going to have everything next to it. So they will all stand up this way. But you're going to see the curls on the top. On the bottom, I'm going to flip them over the other way just because I can. And it's something different. All right, so we're going to do it again. And normally I would have done some of these, but because this is a kit, I'm going to do it from beginning to end. Because I want to make sure that anyone who gets it knows exactly what we're doing. So you see the difference. I'll show you the difference when I use my dowel and when I don't. My curls don't look as... To me, they don't look as pretty. They look a little more, they look bigger. So if you look here, there's that curl and there's those curls. See, these don't look like they're, to me, they don't look like they're as uniform. Let me get that back because I let go of part of it. So we're going to take that and put that in that next tie up on top. And we're going to do that all the way around. If I didn't say hello to anybody, I apologize. Welcome everyone for watching. I really do appreciate it. I am working on my Halloween wreath kit. These are available in my shop right now at wreathdecorbydawn.com. Oh, I shouldn't have folded these up like this. I should have just left them flat. Let's try to open that up. There we go. Ooh, see those fibers flying around? If you have any breathing problems, please wear a mask when working with this material. Otherwise, it's just going to irritate your nose, and you don't want to do that. So what's everybody doing today? I should be cleaning. Well, actually, I have to get everything ready because I'm doing our group tonight as well. So it's my night to design in our group. And I have to get all that ready. So I've done 3 projects. Well, by the end of tonight, I will have done 3 projects this week. My live, and then, oh, wrong way. My live, and then the kit, and then our group tonight. I cut mine at 36 inches for the Woodland Ruffle. What's wrong with Cheryl? Did I miss something? So I am just folding these. I need to use my dowel. I don't like that. I know it takes a little bit longer, but it really helps for me to do it with that. I have really bad carpal tunnel. In my right hand. Hopefully soon I'll get it taken care of. First time watching, welcome, welcome, welcome. This mesh you can get at Craft Outlet or the Wreath Shop, if they still have any in stock. Two rolls. If you cut it at 36 inches, you'll need 2 rolls. If you only want to use one, you would have to cut it at 20 inches or just under 20. Because sometimes a roll is not really 10 yards like they say it is. We've found that out the hard way, haven't we? I am, because of this virus stuff, it's just, everything is kind of been pushed back a little bit. So, but I am getting it taken care of. Thank you. I appreciate that though. Yeah, that's my biggest worry, is that I'm going to have permanent damage if they don't do something soon. But welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, I usually don't rush at all, Karen. I'm usually very slow. That's usually why I try to take care of some of this ahead of time when I'm doing my regular live, because I do take forever doing things, especially when I feel like I take forever when I'm doing a bow. People say I'm not, but I feel like I am. I think it's because people are watching me. That makes me feel like I'm taking forever and I have to hurry. Newbie, welcome. Yeah, the dowel really helps. I mean, you don't, not even if you just for people who have problems with their hands, but if you have trouble getting your curls to look a certain way or you're not happy with them, it really does help. Hey Arla, how are you? Come on, pop off. Sometimes it'll pop right off and others it won't. Yeah, somebody tell me what's wrong with Cheryl, because I haven't heard anything. Trish and I want to know what's going on. Oh, Nikki, you're sweet. Thank you. I am so glad to hear that. I needed that today. Oh my Lord. Stop blowing around. Of course, it doesn't help that I have my ceiling fan on. I guess I never learned to turn that thing off when I'm working with this kind of material. Oh no! She fell and hit her head. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope she's okay. Where did she fall? At home? Poor thing. A lot of people falling lately. What is going on? Hey Pam. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. My name is Dawn, and this is Wreath Decor by Dawn. If you've never watched me before, I appreciate you being here. Please give my page a like and a follow. And you can catch me every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on this page. And I also put everything on YouTube so that it can be watched there as well. And right now I'm trying to get to my 5,000 followers. We are almost there. I have 55 to go. We thought it was only 30, but apparently Facebook had the numbers a little wacky. So I am still at 55. Well, not still at 55, but because we were at 70 something, but I'm at 55 right now, away from our 5,000 followers. And once I hit my 5,000 followers, I have some things to be given out. We're going to do a drawing. So when I hit that mark, it'll be really exciting for one, but I have a bunch of things I want to give away to thank everybody for helping me to get there and for following me. Hey, Jonathan. Hello from Virginia. Welcome. To follow me, you just like my page, and it'll ask you, usually when you like the page, it automatically follows it anyway. But you just like my page, my business page, not hit the like on here, but actually go to my page and hit the like. And then that will keep you up to date on everything that I do and when I go live and things like that. I do have a sign I'm using. This is a kit. So here's the sign. Whoops, let me get that glare. It says Happy Halloween, and it's got the Argyle pattern. So this kit is available in my shop. Yes, it is exciting, almost 5,000. And it matches the ribbon that I'm using as well, which is the same Argyle pattern with the spiders on it. Yes, it's very exciting for me to get to that 5,000 because I really haven't been doing lives that long. It hasn't even been 2 years yet. And it took me almost a year to even start doing lives from the time I started my business. But with the encouragement, I'll say, from my oldest grandson, is what got me started doing my lives. So it's really exciting. That's why we call him the president of our fan club. That, and because he was at every live up until recently. Now he has better things to do. He still watches though. Alright, so on the bottom, I am putting the curls down. You still see them, but you're going to see more of that ruffle on the bottom than you will on the the curl. And that's just, you can do it either way. You can leave it the way it was and keep doing the curls up. It's totally up to you and the look you want. Thank you. Oh, I keep snagging everything over here. Thank you. I really liked this from the time I saw the sign. And then I saw the ribbon that matched it, and it was like, oh, I have to do that. You know, because you have to do something neutral. Not everybody likes the scary stuff for Halloween, and I didn't want it to be just a fall wreath. I wanted it, you know, to be for Halloween, because even though I don't do a whole lot of Halloween, I do have some customers who like Halloween stuff. Last year I did a Grim Reaper wreath that was very popular. Not only did I sell them to customers who wanted them, but both my kids wanted one. So I had to make them all a little different because I don't like making everything the same. Hey there, Kathy. How are you? I do love this mesh too. And you know what's funny? I went to Carolina Pottery yesterday. If you guys are anywhere near one of the Carolina Potteries, they only have a couple, like 6 of them. Mostly here on the, well, all of them are on the East Coast. But they actually had it too. I was surprised. Which, that was a big mistake going to Carolina Pottery yesterday, especially when in about a month and a half, we're going to hopefully be going for the retreat. I should have just waited, but I couldn't. I had to, actually, I only went because I heard they had leopard print material, or ribbon. And it was the color I wanted. So I drove out there and got it. Grandkids are the best, Nikki. They should let us have grandkids before we have kids. Yes, I know that's not possible. It's just funny. Thank you for spreading the love. I really do appreciate that. Yes, I have 8 grandchildren altogether. Most boys. We only have 2 girls. All the rest, six boys. The oldest just turned 15. That is our fan club president, Nathan. And the youngest is 6 months old, and we just had our first sleepover with him last weekend. It was fun. We haven't had a little baby stay with us in a while, so... The other kids, when they were that age, we were living up in New York, so we didn't get to see them on a regular basis, you know. By the time we saw them, they were pretty much grown. I mean, we still saw them, you know, once a year, twice a year. He was really good over the weekend. I think it was just all kind of new for him, obviously. He knew that. And even though I had gotten him a... well, we used to call them playpens. I don't know. They call them pack and play or something now. But he didn't like sleeping in that. Which I had bought a pad and everything for it. But he didn't like it, so we put him in our bed with us. course, then I was, you know, awake most of the night making sure that we weren't rolling over on him. And he was fine. He fell asleep and didn't wake up until 7:30 the next morning. He was happy. This mesh you can get at Craft Outlet or the Wreath shop. And it's, to me, it feels like a fabric with some jute in it. So the mesh is cut at 36 inches for this, but you could cut it at 30 inches and just do a regular ruffle if you wanted to. And this is a wreath kit that I'm doing here that I have available in my shop. Yeah, to me the ruffle in that is the easiest to do with the mesh. I really like doing the ruffle. My favorite used to, yes, that baby is adorable. Thank you, Kathy. He is. And he's just getting to that, he's at that age now where he's getting ready to crawl. But he, you know, he knows my voice, and he knows me when he sees me, and gets excited when he sees me, and it's just so much fun. And he's so happy. Of course, his parents probably think, you know, he's the total opposite, but you know what, grandmas, they're always perfect. I'm making sure I'm not missing any of your comments here. It is a very pretty mesh, yes. I was surprised. I thought, Patty, I thought for sure he would be up several times during the night. He was not. He woke up, like I said, I put him in the playpen. Oh, why did I do that? I let that go knowing it was the curl. I got to recurl it. I put him in there and he slept until 2 o'clock in the morning. But after that, he just didn't want to be in there. So we took him out, and then he's, like I said, he went right back to sleep and didn't get up till 7:30. I was really surprised. 7 or 7:30, I don't remember. Hello, Pat in North Carolina. What part of North Carolina? I'm sorry if I've asked that before, but sometimes it's hard to keep track. I'm in North Carolina. So on the top, I put my curls facing up, and on the bottom, I'm putting them facing down. You still see them. They're just, you see more of the ruffle than you do the curls when you turn them the other way. Oh, these fibers. Oh, you're not late, Joy. Not at all. I know you guys aren't used to seeing me on during the day. I'm like a vampire. I'm only out at night. Clinton, North Carolina. I know exactly where that's at. You're not that far from me. I live in Rayford. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, I like them to be, it makes them neater to me with using the dowel, and because I have problems with my hands, but I really like the way they come out when I use that. When I do them by hand, they don't look as nice. Welcome from Vermont. We just did a post on my page the other day where we were trying to see if we had all 50 states, and I think we were only missing like 6. But I see a couple of those states on here now. Vermont was one of them. You need to go and like that post and put on there that you're from Vermont. And then we'll have almost all the states. And yes, I actually sat and tallied them all up to see if where everybody was from. And believe it or not, the majority of the people who watch me are in Texas, came in first. Pennsylvania and Tennessee were tied for second. Not like I had anything to do that day, but sometimes when you're sitting and need to kill some time, you do weird things, and that was one of them. So this is a wreath kit that I'm doing. It is available in my shop. If you'd like to check it out. Everything you see me using is, with the exception of the tools, comes in the kit. So you get everything to make this wreath. You don't need to buy or do anything other than use your scissors or your rotary cutter, or however you want to cut your mesh and that. New Jersey, welcome, welcome. Tar Heel, yay. What did I do with my scissors? Oh, here they are. Cut that off before it gets away from me. Yes, we've been here off and on for, well, since 1985. We did leave for twice for a couple of years. My husband was military. He was with the 82nd Airborne. So that was here in Fort Bragg. And we left for a couple years and went to Alaska and came back. And then we, when he retired in 2008, he took a job working for the Department of Defense so that he could still work with the military. And they moved us up to New York, where he worked at Fort Drum for about 8 years. Then they moved him back down here to Fort Bragg, which is where we wanted to be, because our kids and grandkids are not far from us. I know, there are a lot of wreathers and customers who live in Texas. A lot of wreath buyers live in Texas. All right, we've got one more on the bottom here. So he works for the Department of Defense and assists the soldiers in the units, which is what he loves to do. He wanted to continue to support the military when he retired, so, and he loves his job, so. But yeah, we wanted to be down here close to the kids and grandkids, so we got tired of being so far away, and of course the winters up there are not pleasant when you're from the south. This is a wooden dowel that I got at Walmart. They come in a package of 4. They're in their craft section. It's about 3/4 of an inch thick, and it's 12 inches wide or long. And I just use that to do my curls. It makes them a little neater for me, and because I have trouble with my hands, when I do my curls by hand, they just don't look the same. So that kind of helps me to get that curl looking right. Hello, hello, welcome. I'm so glad you all joined me today. I didn't think anybody would be on because people aren't used to me being on during the day. All right, so this is the last one. So on the top, I did my curls facing up, and on the bottom, I did my ruffles up. Now, you don't have to do it that way. You do it any way you want, but that's just how I like it. Yeah, I would, the cold was just way too much. If you have arthritis and problems like that, the cold is not your friend. So we were ready to come home. And the kids are growing up, and we missed so much being gone. You know, when we left, we only had 2 grandkids, 2 grandsons, and they were 3 and 4 when we left. And obviously when we came back, they were all grown up. Not that we didn't see them, you know, they would come up and spend the summers with us, but it's not the same when you're not there and able to see them more often. So there's our base. So if you can see on the sides, it just fills that in really nicely. So you got your curls facing up here, and on the bottom you've got your ruffles facing up. Yeah, we were in Watertown, which is, we were only 30 minutes from the Canadian border, so. Just making sure I'm not missing any comments. Hey, Sheila. All right, let me grab a drink of water here. Usually this is when we, on Wednesday nights, we tell you all to grab your drink, because we do virtual drinking on Wednesday. Now, what do you guys consider upstate? Because people where we lived in the North Country did not like it when you called that part of it upstate New York. It's Northern New York. There was always that debate over where upstate New York really is. To them, upstate New York is up above, north of the city, New York City. All right, so also in the kit, you get your ribbons. So you have a full roll of this ribbon here, which is 2.5 inch argyle with the purple dot lines in it, and then the spiders on it. We cut 18 of these. Everything's cut at 12 inches. Welcome from Charlotte. Not too far away from me either. So there are 18 of these. They're going to go in every tie. They are 12 inches. Then we're going to alternate our orange and our black. And these are just solid black and orange. So again, those are cut at 12 inches. And you have a little bit left over because you get 5 yards of the black, 5 yards of the orange, and then a full 10-yard roll of the argyle. That comes in the kit. So we're just gonna start. I'm gonna fold these in half, get my center. We're gonna scrunch them up the center. And then we're just gonna pick a tie and put it in. And when I do the ribbons, I start on the bottom. Gonna put that in, give it a couple of twists. We don't wanna cut them off just yet. Welcome from Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania came in third when I was tallying everything up. And then we're going to spread these out. Because you want to put them where you want them. You want them to look nice and pretty. You want to be able to see those ribbons sitting out there. So then we're going to do the black in the next one. And then we're just going to continue that pattern all the way around and up on top. Thank you, Pam. I appreciate that so much, you guys. I don't know why I picked Friday to do this when I know that I have to do our design group tonight, but that's okay. I'll be ready for it. You want to order the kit? Go to, yep, you can go to wreathdecorbydawn.com and get it there. Do you know the code for the group? If not, just wait until tonight and I'll give you that. Pam is in my design group that I have with Miss Carla from the One Stop Boutique and Susan from AC Inspired Wreaths. And they get a discount when they purchase anything from me in my group. We have a design group that meets on Mondays and Fridays. It's a paid group. It's $14.99 a month. You get 3 designers twice a week. We rotate. So tonight's my night to design. I'm doing something fall for them. I'm doing Christmas in July on my regular lives, and in my group, I've been doing fall this month. So I'm going to continue that Houston, Texas. See, I told you, everybody that watches me is from Texas. Welcome from New York. And Idaho, too. Thank you. Welcome. I'm so happy to have you all here today. Again, if you're new, my name is Dawn. My page is Wreath Decor by Dawn, Odessa, Texas. See, I am very popular in Texas, you guys. That's funny. My regular live is on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Come and join us. We do a lot of virtual drinking. My daughter is usually what we call our virtual bartender. And it's funny because she puts everything, you know, all the little emojis that you get if you look in your emojis, you know, you got a whole bunch of food and beverage emojis. And she just goes down the whole list. She's even got a baby bottle in there for the babies that watch. The dowels, you can get those at Walmart. I got mine at Walmart. They come in a pack of 4. 3 or 4. I thought it was 4 though. Welcome from Virginia and Nebraska. The orange and black, there's 9 of each. And then you have some extra that you can use in your bow because you get 5 yards of it. So I did 9 of each so that we could alternate them. And you also get a pack of tubing, purple tubing, to match the purple lines or dots in the ribbon. And in the mesh. The mesh has got some purple in it. Y'all should come and join us on Wednesdays. We have a lot of fun. And if you're new to my page, please give it a like. If you go to the main page and give it a like, then you will be able to see everything that I post. You'll be able to see updates for things I list in my shop. And you'll also be able to see when I go live. I also have an email list that if you go to my main page and go down to the very first post is a picture of an email. And if you follow that link, it will ask you to put in your email address and you can get on my alert list. I email out every week just as a reminder that I'm going live for those that want it. The mesh came from you can get it at the Wreath shop or the Craft Outlet. Thank you. Texas is. I have a lot of customers in Texas and a lot of my followers are in Texas. Yes, every other one. Did I already answer that question? I'm sorry. When you asked how many orange and black. My memory is really short, so I'm sorry if I didn't answer that. There are 9 of each cut, but you get 5 yards of each in your kit. The kit comes complete. Everything you need to make this wreath that I'm using, other than my tools, comes in the kit. And you can add ribbon if you want to. You can add different ribbon. You can add your own, change up the ribbons. If you don't like these ribbons, you can add whatever you want to it. You can add more ribbon to enhance your bow. The mesh, I cut it 36 inches, but I give you instructions on doing it the Woodland Ruffle, which is the curls at the end, or doing a regular ruffle, and on the lengths to cut also. So you get written instruction as well as this video to go back and refer to. Thank you. Usually Craft Outlet, now that it seems like they're back to normal. It doesn't take very long at all. I know before the virus and everything, it only took a couple of days once you placed your order, unless it was over a weekend. Typically, I would get my order, you know, in a couple of days. But I know that they were having some shipping problems during the virus, the height of the virus. So I'm not really sure what their shipping times are now, but they don't take very long at all. How long? I'm sorry, Michelle, ask that again. What was that? How long? Oh, you were asking how long. Okay, I see. You asked it again. How long for Craft Outlet? Yeah, typically for me, it was like 2 to 3 days after they receive the order and start processing it that the shipping would be sent. All right, so now we're going to move up to the top. And there's an orange right here, so I'm going to do the black on top of it. At some point, these colors will probably run next to each other, and that's normal. Not a big deal. Excuse me. These colors are, these fibers are flying everywhere. And if you do have any issues with breathing, you want to wear a mask with this because it does have a lot of fibers and they do float around. All right, so we're going to open these up top. Oh, you're very welcome anytime. I do not have any problems answering questions. And if I miss any, ask it again because sometimes I don't see them. Let's see, I might open these up even further. Let's see. Yes, if you cut your mesh any bigger than 20 inches, you're going to have to use 2 rolls. Typically, a 10-yard roll will get you 18 pieces cut at 20 inches. But you have, because we have 18 ties on our frames, but a 20-inch ruffle isn't as thick as you would think. I mean, some people do make wreaths with the 20-inch ruffle, and that's fine. It depends on how thick of a material or mesh you have. But yes, you will need two rolls. And I almost always do either 30 or 36 inch ruffles. 30 or 36. Unless I'm putting it on top of a poof, then I would do a 20-inch ruffle. First time watching, thank you. Where are you from? Thank you, Esther. Yeah, 30 inches, you're going to use almost, I'll show you. Here's what I had left. Now this, if you're only doing 30, you'll have a little more than that left. Because I did 36. But it's not enough to do another project. You would probably have enough, if you did them at 30, you'd probably have enough to do like 10-inch curls with it. But you're not going to have enough left to do a full project with. Welcome from Tennessee. What part of Tennessee are you in? I love Tennessee. We were just there last May. Went to Nashville. I want to go to Gatlinburg because I've never been. But with everything going on right now, you know how that goes. My mom lived there for a while when she was growing up. She lived in Lebanon, home of Cracker Barrel. She lived right down the road from the first Cracker Barrel. Oh, it's snagging on my ribbon here. This is coming out so pretty. And see, this is perfect for Halloween for those who don't like the scary stuff, or, you know, the creepy crawly things all over their wreaths. From Ohio, first time watcher. Memphis, I love Memphis too. Barbecue and Elvis. Hawaii! We need you to go on my page and that post that I put up and put on there that you're from Hawaii. That was one of the states we were missing. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Lillian. We did a post on my page to see if we could get all 50, viewers from all 50 states. And I only had about 6 missing. And we've had 2 of you in here today. One from Vermont and one from Hawaii. Those were the 2 of the states we were missing. Don't want to say, we were bored, but this live, yes ma'am, it will be available for anyone who purchases the kit. This will be available on both Facebook and on YouTube. And you do get full instructions with it. So if you are not able to see the live, you do get the written instructions as well. Oh, that's sweet. You're making that for her. We wish her the best. I didn't see the rest of your comment. No, I don't do anything on mine for the fraying. Eventually it's gonna all fray anyway, so I don't use anything on mine. All right, we only have 2 more of these to put in. Absolutely. I know there are people out there that do. I just choose not to. I've heard good and bad stories about it. I know some people spray it with other stuff and, to keep it from fading and that. But you know what? Eventually it's going to fade. Wreaths are not made to last forever, believe it or not. I know that's hard to believe, but they really aren't. To purchase the kit, you go to wreathdecorbydawn.com. And it's listed in my shop. But yeah, I mean, the wreaths eventually, especially if you have direct sunlight on your house, it's going to fade in that. I know we want to keep them as long as possible, and that's understandable. But it's just the way it is. It's going to fray. It's going to fade no matter what we do. And of course, the less that you touch the mesh, the better it'll be, and it won't fray as much. Yep, this kit is available in my shop right now. It's at wreathdecorbydawn.com. All right, there we go. Okay, now we can put our sign on. Well, you know what? Let's do the tubing first, then we'll put the sign on. I know for some that doesn't make sense because some people will say, why cover it up? But it doesn't always cover it up. So you get a package of tubing in there, and if you know me, tubing is very hard for me to part with. Tubing is like a big thing for me. I love tubing. But you do get a full pack of that, and I believe it's 12 yards that you get in there. Where's my other scissors? So I was talking about our group earlier. Oh, excuse me, I gotta get another drink. Sorry about that. All right, so what I do is I just take it and cut it the length of my mat usually. And we're just gonna cut 9 pieces. My mat is 24 inches. You can cut them whatever length you want. Some people like to just do it like this, figure out how big they want their loops to be, and then just kind of do this and cut it that way. It comes out to about the same length, so that's why I just measure it out. Yeah, I don't do that, but some people do. Eventually, the only bad thing I've heard about that is that it turns your materials yellow when the sun starts hitting it. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, we do. We have a great group of people. A lot of members are on here now. Like I said before, we have a design group. It's $14.99 a month. You get 3 designers. We do our designs twice a week and we rotate. We also do all of our designs on Zoom so that you can be there, being more, interact with us, and makes you a part of the design. The last couple of weeks, what we've been doing in our group is everybody's been bringing something to group, and that they are not happy with or that they want to revamp, and everybody chips in and helps them figure out what to do with it. I did mine. As a matter of fact, the last one I did was it was my school wreath. I just wasn't happy with the way it had turned out when I did it last year, so I did revamp that, and everybody was there to help put in their 2 cents worth and help me figure out what to do with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So yes, you can get 18 pieces out of that. Okay. I didn't count it up before I did it. So, all right. So what I do is I just take my tubing, and tubing is very flexible. So you don't want to pull it too hard because it'll stretch it out. So I just take it, fold it in half again, pinch it in the middle, and it gives you a little bow tie. Well, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me, Carolyn. All right, so then I'm going to twist these off a couple of times, and then we're just going to cut them. And I won't cut all of them. I'm just going to show you, because then I can go back and cut them all later, because I don't want to keep y'all on here forever. So I cut it and then just fold that in. So there's our tubing in there. And that goes with the purple dots that's in our ribbon here. So we're going to do that in every tie since we have enough. Tubing goes really quick here, so I'm just going to put this in, and then I will come back later and I will cut those all off. So for now, I'll just leave them like that. Does anybody love tubing as much as I do? I have bins and bins and bins of it. That's why I was so excited when I was doing this kit. At first I thought I didn't have enough and I was just going to send like a 6-yard roll of it, cut it up and have to do it that way. But then I found my stash and realized I had plenty to go with all the kits I had available. Pick the colors for you. There's 4 colors, and they do random. They're the fall ones, so you get brown and gold, the orange, not the bright orange. And then you get the burgundy and a green, a dark green. It's not like, I guess it's kind of like the emerald green it might not be that dark either. So if you all are just joining me, if you wouldn't mind sharing this, I would really appreciate that. You can also save this video if you want to see it later on your page. Just hit the 3 little dots up at the top when you touch the screen. There should be 3 dots, and you can save this video to your page and go back and watch it at any time. It does get posted onto my Facebook page. It stays there, and I also take it and move it over to YouTube so that you can watch it over there, or that my audience over there can watch it as well. And so this is a wreath kit that I'm doing, and they are available in my shop right now. I have several left. So if you're interested in that, get them while there's still some available. Once they're gone, that'll be the end of it. I won't be doing another one like this one. I'll probably do a fall one next. And I do still have a patriotic one in there if anyone's interested in patriotic. Some people do patriotic year-round. So I do have a couple of those left as well. I'm really enjoying putting these kits together. Somebody asked me on my Wednesday night live if I could do a scarecrow kit. But when you start adding embellishments and things like that, the kits are a little more expensive, so I don't know. I haven't looked into doing it yet, but it's something to think about. All right, so I'm moving up to the top now. And I will cut these because I have to put the sign on, and I'm not going to be able to get back to it as easily. So I will go ahead and cut those off now. Well, there's a shop now button on my page that if you click, it will take you to my shop. Yes. It's at the very top of the page, and it should be a blue button that says shop now. I think is what I left it that. Yeah, I think I left it that. But please give my page a like and a follow. Like I said, when I get to my 5,000 followers, I'm going to be doing a drawing, a giveaway. One of the things I'm going to be giving away is a bow maker. I'm going to give away some ribbon and some signs. So I will be doing 3 drawings, and when I get to my 5,000 followers, we'll be doing a King Sumo drawing thing where you enter it through that. And it's just my little way of thanking everybody for all the support and that they've shown me and helping me get to my 5,000. Because we know with Facebook, it's all about the interaction with your people, with your followers. Anybody have any plans for the weekend? I know on Wednesday, some of the people watching said they were going camping. We're supposed to have rain, so probably won't do anything here. It's been so miserably hot here, though, but it's so uncomfortable. You can't do anything outside, really. Our heat index has been so high. Oh, I love tubing. Yes, give it a try. And usually when I do these, I add more than one color. But I did not have enough of the orange to throw in the kit, so I could only do the purple. But typically, if I were doing this wreath on my, just for me or to put in my shop, I probably would have done the purple and orange, or even purple and black and orange. I like adding a lot of the different colors. All right, there we go. Get those out of there. Driving me crazy. But you can add more than the one color and it gives it a nice effect. And it's just something a little extra. And when you don't know what else that needs, if you feel like it needs something else, hey, add tubing. That always works. Oh, that'll be fun. Finally getting an adult day. Oh, it'll be perfect. I know. It will look beautiful. Post a picture of it when you get it done. I'd love to see it. And anyone that's already bought the kit and is doing it, please post a picture when you're done so that I can see your wreath. I would love to see it and share that with our audience. Yes, they are. A lot of people do those classes or do the parties, wreath parties. Unfortunately, it's because of everything going on. Can't really do them right now, but they do make great things for those types of events. Yes. Okay, 2 more and we're done with that. We can put the sign on. We'll make a really quick bow and then we will be done. Actually, 1 more. That's right, I cut an extra one. All right, this is the last one here. Also, I'm having a Christmas in July sale in my shop. If anyone is looking for Christmas items yet, it's the only time of year I do a Christmas or a sale. Is Christmas in July, because we're celebrating that in my regular lives all month. But I also, everything that I've made this month for the Christmas in July of lives is also on sale. And then anything that was left from last year is on sale as well. All right, so there is our wreath. Let me hold that up for you so you can see all those colors. All right, now for the sign, it comes with this little hanger on the back. Hello, welcome. Comes with this jute rope to hang it. I always leave it on there because if they ever want to take it off of their wreath, if something happens to the wreath, it gets damaged, or they just get tired of the wreath and they take the sign off, they can always have the sign to hang up and keep. So I leave it on there for that purpose. You do get enough pipe cleaners in your kit for your sign and your bow. You actually get probably a couple extra. So we're going to use the 4 orange. Nope, I only got 3 orange. 3 of each. So we'll use 2 of each. So you get 2 left over for your bow. So when I put pipe cleaners on the back, and because this is a wooden sign, we're going to staple it to it. I fold the ends over 2 or 3 times. And then I have this stapler that I use that I got from Lowe's. It's very inexpensive. It does 3 sizes of staples. And I just use that to staple them on. And I, like I said before, tend to do everything in 3s, so 3 staples. Yeah, I have to figure out what I'm going to do for fall. I'm going to see if I can't find some scarecrows like somebody wanted, but that may not work out. So if not, then it'll just be a regular fall kit. But I gotta find me a sign. Usually that's where I start with. I start with the sign and then go from there. And I haven't found a sign that really stands out yet. Sorry if that's loud. I have a little kid's hammer that I use. This actually came with a toolbox. We got my grandson one year. He wanted a toolbox. He wants to be like his grandfather. And he wanted a toolbox of his own. So we bought it, and it had all these smaller tools in it, but we thought this was a little too small for him. So we bought him a regular size hammer, and I kept that one. I don't know why I like telling that story. It's just funny to me. It's a cute story. And sometimes they don't want to go in, but these are 1/4 inch staples that I'm using, and they will not go through your sign. Now, when they sent me this one, my sign was already damaged. It came shipped to me like that. They took care of it, and I will be replacing it. But for now, we're going to put this one on here because I didn't want to put it in with the kits because somebody else would have ended up with it. That's not right. So I kept it for myself. They're going to take care of my sign, and then I'll swap it out later. So for now, we're just going to put that on here. And I like to put them, and if I put it in the middle, I put it up a little higher because that way I can put the bow down here. Okay? All right, so when I put on my signs or any embellishments, I use these little plastic needles. I don't know if any of you guys use them, but they're about 4 inches long, and they have a really big eye opening in them. So your pipe cleaners fit on here with no problem. And this, if you struggle with putting on your signs, get some of these needles because it will help you, and it makes things go in a lot easier. So there's that one. Let's do the next one. And I just put these right down through the mesh. I'm going to move my ribbon. I don't want that to be on top of my ribbon. Put that right down through the mesh. And we can always cover up this little boo-boo here too with one of the spiders if we wanted. Yeah, they use them, they call them weaving needles, they call them crochet needles. Crocheters use them to do their finishing off of their project. You can use them for knitting, you know, for that same thing. Yes, I do sell them in my shop, thank you. You have a set? You get a pack of 3 random colors. Oh, sorry, that's a glare. Sorry, it's plastic, that's why it's such a glare. But you get 3 needles, they're $5, that includes your shipping. And they have been very, very popular in my shop. And the reason I put them in my shop is because I use them on my lives every week, and everybody asks me about them. And instead of sending them somewhere else to buy them, why not sell them to them? So I did. And they have been going like crazy, you guys. So if you're interested in them, they are in my shop. You'll find them in there as well. wreathdecorbydawn.com. Like I said, you get 3 in a pack. Hey, Kelly, how are you? You want some of those too, Pam? Okay, I gotcha. We'll talk tonight during group. I'll get everything together for you. But it just makes it so much easier if you struggle with signs, and I know a lot of people do, and it goes so much quicker. You don't have to sit here and fight with it. Anyway, I take the pipe cleaners and I wrap them around the frame. Make sure you go around a frame. Please don't stick it in your mesh and just tie it off to that, because they are not going to stay. You've got to tie it off to your frame for stability. I'm doing great. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Yeah, they have been very popular. And another wreath maker, someone sent them to her, one of my followers actually, sent them to another wreath maker, and she had been talking about them, which helped me sell some as well. And I sent her a nice little email and thanked her so much for that, because, you know, a lot of people, they don't have to do that if they don't, you know, they don't want to. They don't have to tell where it came from. So I really appreciated her doing that for me. It was really sweet. The mesh, for a 16-inch form, I would do the same as I would for a 14-inch form. On a 16-inch form, you could probably add 12 to the bottom and 10 to the top, but I really don't think you would have to. I think it would still look good doing it exactly the same as a 14-inch. Now, I used to do, when I first started out, I used to do my wreaths on an 18-inch frame. Now, you got to have a lot more for those. But, and of course, they're a lot bigger, too. So, you know, try shipping those out. You think shipping's bad now. Of course, that was back before they raised all their prices on us, too. But, yeah, I would do the mesh the same. I would do it at a 36 if you're going to do a ruffle. All right, signs on there. All right, we have been on here for a little bit, but you know what? We're going to make a really quick bow. So if anybody's interested in those needles, I do have those available ready to go as well. All right, let's get our extra mesh here. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to heat up my glue gun. And that'll be ready when we're done. All right, so you've got 2 pipe cleaners left over. You can use that for your bow. Some people like to use zip ties. Some people like to use wire. Some like the pipe cleaners. So you use whatever you like to use. What did I do with that roll? There it is. Oh, thank you. You made it back. Thank you. All right, so this is going to go really quick. We'll just finish this up real fast. So again, in this kit, you're getting a full 10-yard roll of this 2.5-inch ribbon here. You're getting 5 yards of each of the black and the orange. Then you're getting your 2 rolls of mesh, and I will go over that again before I end the live so you can see exactly what comes in the kit if you haven't gotten one and you want one. They are in my shop, wreathdecorbydawn.com. Sharon, sorry, not Shannon, Sharon. For me, I live in North Carolina. For me, the best shipper to use is FedEx for wreaths. The reason being that the post office is hugely expensive. We're doing 5.5-inch loops. The post office, my advice to you is do not send a wreath through the post office, through USPS. It is too expensive. They're way too expensive for wreath makers. Now, some areas, it could be that it's beneficial to you, but odds are it's not going to be for most of us. So for me, FedEx is the most economical. For me to send a wreath right now, of course, now when I was doing this before they raised the shipping prices, mind you, I could ship a wreath out for around $10, $15 at the most, and that was going across country. Now, that same wreath costs me to send to California. I'm using that for instance because I have family out there, and I've sent wreaths out there. That's the furthest from me. Now costs me minimum $36 to send. But I use FedEx. If I did it through the post office, it would cost me probably $60 or more. And I ship through Etsy for FedEx because I get a better discount through them than through my business account that I set up. I'm doing 2 loops on each side. So if you are in an area where shipping has been really high for you to send and you're using the post office, check into getting an account with FedEx or UPS to ship your wreaths through them. Because it will be a much better price than going through the post office. All right, so you still have a little bit left on here. It's not enough to do a full project, but you could use this in another bow. Or you could use it to make a small bow to put on there with a couple loops. I'm going to do the black first, and I'm going to put the orange on top. And my black has got a little extra on it because I was at the end of the roll, so I just folded up what was left. But you do get a full 5 yards. No problem. And the way I package my wreaths, I do have a video on my YouTube channel on how I do that as well. So these are going to be about 5 inches, actually probably about 4.5, only because we're only using 3 ribbons. So with this, you're only going to have enough to probably do 2 loops, 1 on each side. Yeah, that looks about right. I'm not going to use the extra on here because you don't have that extra in your kit, and I don't want to make anyone believe that they get anything more than that. No problem. Anytime you have questions, just let me know. I have no problem with answering those. Always happy to help. If I can help somebody out with the things I've learned, hey, I'm all about it. Because we all got to learn somewhere. All right, so that's the extra there. You could even take that extra tubing. Hey, babe, I'm doing a live. I'll come down in a minute. I'm almost done. Sorry, Hubs just got home. You could take that tubing, the extra piece of tubing that we had, and throw that in your bow as well. And I'll show you that here. And just actually, we probably could have done. Let me see if I have enough to do 2 loops on each side with this orange. We should. And these are about 4 inches. Maybe not. Let's see. We'll see. If not, I can do a center loop. If I don't make the tail as long, I could probably get away with doing... Yep. Let me make the tail a little bit smaller, and we could probably get 2 loops out of this one. So I did 4 on the bottom. 2 with the black, and we're going to do 4 with the orange. And I don't know if this bow's got a name because I don't go by whatever, you know, I know that there are names to bows, but I couldn't tell you what they are. That'll work. Works for me. All right, so that one's just gonna be a little shorter, but that's fine. You don't want your tails all the same length anyway. You want to cut them all different lengths. Hey, Rachel. How are you? We're just about finished here. I'm showing everybody my wreath kit. All right, so I'm gonna do the same thing with this piece of tubing. I'm just gonna fold it in half. Fold it in half again, pinch it in the center, make it into a little bow tie, and we're going to stick it right down there in the center. All right, I like to use zip ties, only because it helps me get a better grip. I don't have the hand strength to use the wire and get it tight enough, so I have to use the zip tie first. Then what I'm going to do, thank you, this is my new wreath kit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it tight here, and then we're going to use those pipe cleaners, the rest of those other 2 pipe cleaners. All right, so when you lift this up, do it very carefully. Bring your zip tie back around. You want that locking part on the bottom. When you lift it up, kind of keep it in your hand here, and you see that divot right here? That's where you want your zip tie to go. So carefully scoot that over without messing up your bow, which I've done before. And then just give it a little tug, and don't get it too tight because you got to be able to move your loops. So we want to spread these out. You see this one kind of curled up on me, so we want to straighten that out. If I tighten that, I would not be able to do that. Put these ribbons where you want them. Remember, they're wired. Hey, Sin, there's my daughter. And if your loops aren't the same size, you can adjust them now before you tighten that up. And then once you get everything where it's supposed to be, then you tighten that up. Give it a nice tug, as tight as you can. I do. I love tubing. I love tubing in everything, though. I'm obsessed with tubing. You would think by now I would have gotten over it, but I haven't. All right, and then I have to use my pliers to make sure I get it locked in tight, because I don't want my bow coming apart. And then I'm going to cut that off. Now, before you do that is when you would have put your wire in there if you're using regular wire. But I didn't do that. The reason I didn't do that this time, normally I would, is because I'm going to use this to cover up that zip tie. So in order to do that, we're doing the black and white. I mean the black and orange. I'm twisting them together so it kind of looks like almost a tiger print. That's going to go right there and cover up my zip tie. Now you could do just the black part or the orange part, whatever you want. Doesn't matter. Nobody's really going to see it anyway once you get it on there and get everything fluffed out and tight. And two, you could always put one of your spiders that you get in your kit in there. Twist your bow. And I know this live takes a little longer, but it's because it's a kit and I want to make sure that everybody sees exactly what they need to see in order to do their kit. A regular live usually is between an hour and 15 to an hour and a half for me, so I apologize if I'm keeping y'all too long. But I just want to make sure that anyone who purchases this kit gets their full instruction, doesn't have any questions. Not that they can't ask me, because they can. Please, if you have any questions, let me know. But I want to answer as much as I can for them now. It just makes it a lot easier for those putting the kits together. Hey, we're always up for day drinking. It's Friday, right? 5 o'clock somewhere. All right, again, I'm going to use that needle and I'm going to put this bow on. Easy peasy. Ready? I'm going to do both of the wires at the same time. Bend them over and I'm going to put them both through right down into the mesh. Do not put your bow in where your ties are. And the reason I say that is because if you put your bow or your wires for your bow through where your ties are, when you pull down on it, it's going to sink into that spot. Then your bow's going to look like it's sunken in the middle and it won't sit right. So we want to make sure that we go through the mesh. That's just my opinion. But if you like putting your bow through there, then you do that. It's all about what you want. There are no rules. You make your own rules. Just because I tell you that's how I do it doesn't mean you have to do it that way. I'm not going to come and find you and say, take it apart, you didn't do it right. All right. And then I put one wire on the back of each side of the frame. I don't know if you can see that because it's dark in the back. But I put one wire on each side of the frame and I twist it off to hold it in place. And if you put your bow up too high, just move it down. And then you want to trim your tails, dovetail those, fold them in half. Grab your scissors and cut. I have to look and make sure I'm cutting the right direction when I do that. And make them all different lengths. Don't make them all the same. Let them be random. you could take those 1.5 and use that same dowel that we used to make the curls on our mesh. Take that dowel, and I'll show you that real quick. Where's the other one at? Where'd it go? One. Oh, there it is. It's tucked over here. Looked like a loop. Take that dowel and curl your ribbons, and I'll show you what I mean. Where's my dowel? Here it is. So if my tails were a little bit longer, I would take them and wrap them around my dowel here. Give them some curl. These are a little short, so they're not really going to do that. Thank you. But I like to give them some curl to the 1.5 inch. The 2.5 inch, not so much, but the 1.5, I like to curl them up. Open up these loops so they're nice and fluffy. And then take your get that needle out of the way before I lose it. Take your, now again, your sign will not be damaged, I promise. Mine was from the supplier, but they're sending another one to take care of it, so for now it's temporarily on there. Then you get your 3 spiders. These are glittered body spiders. Well, see, that's the nice thing about virtual drinking. You can drink as much as you want of anything. All right, and because the purple is what we want to stand out, I'm going to put that purple spider right on there to cover up that boo-boo. Oh, I guess I need a glue stick in there. We'll fix it in a second. So I'm putting, sorry, my glue gun's over here. I'm just putting a dab of glue in that center there. And it's going to sit right on there. Probably not going to sit very well because he's indented. But like I said, this is an oops sign, so we'll fix it later. We're not using it anyway. Put those glue strings over there. So we're going to hold that down for just a second. Thank you. I appreciate that. I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. Again, if you're interested in this kit, it is in my shop. Go to wreathdecorbydawn.com and you will find it there. We'll fix that. He's not going to stay. He don't want to stay. That's all right. Like I said, it's just a temporary. We'll fix it. All right, so then you have your other 2 that you could put on the other corners of your sign. Or you could put them in your bow. It's totally up to you where you want to put them. Also, if you wanted to attach them to your mesh, then all you have to do is take a piece of floral wire and wrap it around his head, and then put that down through your mesh, and then it would hold it in place on your mesh or your ribbons. So you can put those totally up to you wherever you want. Hey, Denise. I'm just showing everybody my new wreath kit and how to do that for the ones that bought it. Sorry, my nose is full of fibers right now, so. So that's what we got, guys. That'll probably fall off as soon as I pick up the wreath, but that's all right. Like I said, it's not a permanent one. So there's our Happy Halloween wreath kit, guys. All right, let's see if I can do this without the spiders falling off. There we go. Look at that. And pictures do not do it justice. I promise you. Whoop, there goes one spider. I promise you it's going to look a lot better in person. Trying not to have a glare on it. All everybody, right, you guys have a great night. Have a wonderful weekend. Be safe, and I will see you all on Wednesday. Good night.